yesterday to try out a couple of different 22 long rifle match ammos, and it was interesting. A couple of nights ago, a couple of days ago, what I did was I actually weighed all of the rounds. So I got a brick of 500 rounds of Eley Match and weighed all of them. And I also got a brick, 500 rounds of Lapua Center X, weighed all of them. I did also get some SK pistol match special, just one box of 50. I didn't test it out, but I only tested out the Eley and the Center X. Now, when I weighed them, the SK pistol match, that 150 round box, was just all over the place. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different weights. This is in grams. So yeah, I thought, yeah, that's pretty crap. The Lapua Center X was a real surprise. Well, it was a shock, because out of a box of 500, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 different weights, and they're all over the place, which is quite a shock, because even though I did get a discount, because I bought it in bulk, I did get a discount, but it's still expensive. Still 22 rounds a box, $22 Australian a box. And you guys in the United States are probably shocked. You probably pay half that. Well, definitely do. The Eley Match, however, good old Eley Match. I've always had a lot of time for this stuff. They only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different weights, but like 300 of them were 400 of them, more than 400 of them, like 450 of them were within how many? 24. We're within 6 thousandths of each other. Six thousandths of a gram within each other. So, and what I'll do is I'll put up the numbers so you can see. So this stuff is extremely consistent, and it always has been whenever I've tried it. So I put it through the Browning T-bolt. Bit of unburnt powder there. I put the Delta Optical titanium, so I had it on 30 power the whole time, and what a fantastic scope again. What a fantastic rifle again. Very, very accurate, and you'll see. I sort of screwed up. I've got to make a list, and before I go to the range, just check everything off the list, because I always forget something, like one thing, and I forgot the shooting rest, which is not good. And the bottom of the stock on this is really round. It's not, it's not good. So they've got these sort of H support, wooden support, chipboard support things, and I had something soft to try and sit that on, and I had a towel rolled up at the back, and so it was really shaky. So these groups would have been a lot smaller if I'd had my MTM shooting rest, but yeah, I screwed up. But it still showed me the difference between. It really displayed the difference between the two ammos. The Eley Match is $2 a box dearer than the Center X, and there's a good reason for that. The Center X should be half that price, because of the inconsistency. So you can see the chamber flag, it's empty. The bolt, every now and then it did want to come out. Not very often, a couple of times. I did have so I've got the 12-ounce jarred trigger on this, which is when it works, which is 99.9% of the time, it is it is just 12 ounce. You can't even feel it. Like just, yeah, put no weight on it, it goes off. I did have it lock up once, which I've not experienced before, so there's something else jarred. The bolt wants to pull out all the time, not all the time, sometimes, rarely, but still, which is disconcerting. And I had, for the first time ever, I had the trigger lock up completely, so I had to cycle it again, and that freed it up. That was really, well, I actually took the bolt out and couldn't figure out what was wrong, put the bolt back in and it worked. So this is a really accurate little gun. Great little hunting package. It's not too heavy, not too light. It is heavy with this massive, 30 power tactical scope on it. But I'll show you what happened with the targets. So I shot the Center X first. Use this as a back. I shot the Center X first, and so I put a heap of fouling rounds through it, and they were the first shots I put through this was just probably 4-inch. The first one was probably about a 4-inch group. It was just really weird. I'm looking at it going, oh my god, what's going on here? I thought, well, is the scope loose or something? No. So I don't know if you can see that or not. But the first group was like, there was 4 with just like over an inch. Let's see. Come on. So the first, well, not, they weren't the first 4, but there's 4 rounds within just under an inch, and then there's this massive flyer that put it out to 2.5 inches, 2.4 inches, which is just really. This is after I weighed them all, This is really weird. Then the second group closed up to an inch, but still with the big flyer. Otherwise, those other 4 would have been less than half an inch. But still, so went from 2.4 inches to an inch, and then it spread out again to 1.6 inches. Look, these 2 massive flyers. You got 3 that are what? Just under half an inch, and these 2 massive flyers that threw it out to 1.6 inches. Then the 4th group was 0.77. I thought, yeah, that's better. Then the 5th group was half an inch. But this, yeah, and so this had already had quite a few rounds through it, so it wasn't like it was just seasoning up. They're really greasy. The center, that's one thing I found, these rounds are really, really, really greasy. Yeah, I don't know what the go is there. Yeah, so that was, well, I wasn't surprised considering how much variance there was in the weights. Yeah, I wasn't surprised at all. Then the Eley Match, and I think I shot like maybe half a dozen rounds through it. After I wiped the barrel, that grease out of the barrel from the Lapua crap, and so I put 2 dry patches through it, and it was clean. And then shot 1 group, and that was pretty good. I think I only shot 1 group just to test it, season it up. So not many rounds at all. And I got 0.65, 0.6, 0.74. So without if you can call that a flyer, without the flyer it would have been like 0.3. I was spinning about that. 0.4, which is 1 ragged hole. 0.65 and 0.48. So Eley Match shits on Lapua Center X. I'm sort of a bit disappointed. I've got so much Lapua Center X now. And what do? I'll fire it off. I'll test it out through my the next gun that I've got coming, or 22 long rifle gun that I've got coming. And that is I'll tell you about it. Tell you a story. Last night at about I don't know, 6:30 or something, or so, 6:35. I'm on the internet, and I had a look at Cleaver Firearms' site, and lo and behold, there's the rifle that I've really been lusting, the 22 long rifle firearm that I've been lusting for, and that is, I'm sweating, it's hot, and that is the CZ varmintmtr. Oh no, sorry, it's a CZ Match custom match, and it's a CZ with a stock that looks like the standard CZ varmint stock, but with a 22-inch IBI Olympic grade stainless fluted barrel, 22-inch, and I've been. What do they retail? They retail. Here it is. I've got it here. They are retail. Those things are retail $17.90. This is on Cleaver's website. They retail for $17.90. On their website, I'm checking it out because I check it out constantly because you get stuff come up at weird times, and there's one of them there. It's a CZ 457 Match custom with a 22-inch IBI Olympic grade barrel. As new, well, it must be as new because they haven't been around for very long. $11.95 plus shipping, which is $49. $11.95, which is $600 cheaper than the retail, than brand new. $600, and I went yes. So I went yes, please, and I got my card out, paid for it in full, no worries, and I kept looking at it later on, and usually when you buy it on their website, it disappears off the website, but it didn't. It stayed there, and I was sort of whatever. Anyway, this morning I was at the range. I had a look at my email, and it said, "Oh yeah, order update, processing. Your order is being processed." Oh yeah, no worries, okay. And about a minute later, I get another message. Order cancelled, already sold. So someone must have got in like minutes before me and bought it. To say that I was disappointed is an understatement. I was really, really crestfallen. I was spitting chips, as they would say. So I'm drowning my sorrows with a rumbo. A rumbo is a rum and coke. That's what we call it here. It's actually an overproof rum and coke. Yeah, so I'm drowning my sorrows because of that. But because the two shops that I normally shop at in Townsville, I went in there was it yesterday? No, went in there Saturday. Sorry, today's Monday. Went in there Saturday, and do you have any? What CZs do you have? Do you have any varmint CZs? No. Never, don't have no idea when we're going to get them. Both shops, no idea. They really had problems getting supply. So, but Cleavers being Cleavers, after I actually rang them up and said to them, "What's the go? Is my order cancelled?" And they said, "Yeah, someone got in before you, just before you, must have been." I was like, mongrel. So I said, "Well, next option." Do you have the CZ Varmint MTR, which is a bench rest rifle? I mean, it's got that weird ass stock, big walnut stock on it with the vertical pistol grip, which, you know what? The majority of people who look at that go, yuck, it's gross. And yet the people who I know who've actually handled it, like the guys in the gun stores, they said, yeah, they are ugly, but they're really ergonomic. Those stocks are really, really ergonomic, so I won't really know if I'm going to still hate it until I get it, but just looking at it, you know, it looks gross, but yeah. So the CZ Varmint MTR was $1,259, so I put a deposit. You pay a quarter of it as a deposit until your permit to acquire comes through. So that's, what is it? That's $60 more than that custom match would have cost. But the MTR is relatively cheap. surprisingly. And from all the reviews that I've seen of the MTR, the barrel on that is supposed to be like pretty close to the quality of the custom barrels. It's got a full mash chamber. You know, it's really tight tolerances, Pursuit of Accuracy. If you haven't watched Pursuit of Accuracy's channel, watch it. I've sort of been binging on him. He's really good. He tests out various ammo because he bought a Lilja custom barrel, and that comes with shims, so you can adjust the headspace as you wish. Now, what he does is that he'll shoot, I don't know how many different ammos he's tested now. He's tested those two, the Eley and the Center X. He's tested heaps of ammo so far, and he's still going. And he'll test it with the stock MTR barrel, and then he'll test it with the Lilja barrel. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of, he reckons there's not that much difference. If you're looking for, you know, like, hair of a gnat's gonads, maybe, but most people who review it say, and who've got custom barrels say, they spent the money, but it wasn't really, probably not worth it. Now, I did take another gun. I took the Schmidt Rubin, the K11, get it all in shot. As I've said before, the metalwork on this is immaculate. It's only beechwood stock, and but it's got no cracks or any problems. Nothing's loose on it. It's a really nicely made rifle. It's got a good two-stage trigger that you know when you hit that wall, you know when it's going to break. You know, there's no doubt. Again, like I said, the magazines on the Browning T-Bolt are fantastic. They really are. They're really excellent, and you get two with that model. So it's meant for hunting. The magazines on these things, on these Schmidt Rudins, the best military magazine that I've ever used. Like, quite literally fantastic. Very sturdy, very well made, and super easy to load. Like, I'll give you a demo. So I'll show you how easy these magazines are to load. It's just, I'll do it. Like, you could load this magazine, and it takes 6. How many is that? 5? That might be 6. And yeah, they work so well. So let me get these rounds out. That's in there. Yeah, that was 6. You can almost fit 7. I almost fitted 7 there, but no. So they do take 6. So you got to watch it at the range. At the SSAA ranges, Sporting Shooters of Australia Association ranges, you can only load a 5-round magazine. These take 6, so you got to watch that. Yeah, but so this ammo that I've been shooting through it, that I made up a while ago, not that long ago, but a while ago, is 175 grain Sierra Match Kings. With 43 grains of AR-2209, which is Hodgdon 4350, CCI large rifle primers, and I won't tell you the overall length because it means nothing to you. And with a lead crimp. Now, this one thing, if you're thinking about getting one of these, one thing that it does is it really chews up, doesn't destroy them, but it does burr up the rims. Like, I don't know whether it's during extraction or ejection or what, but it really kicks them. The empties, it chucks them way up in the air over your head. Yeah, really weird. Instead of to the side, this thing just chucks them over your head. I don't know what the thinking there was, but extremely well made. Yeah. Now, with that load, it still shoots high, but not ridiculously high. So I only shot I only shot 2 groups, yeah. And the first group I got was 1.8 inches. So this is, I was aiming there. So this is with the open sights. The sight radius isn't very long, and again, my eyes, old eyes, so I wasn't disappointed. I was quite happy with that. And because I forgot to take a spotting scope, I didn't spot it. I just shot the 2 groups, and then I walked up to the target and gone, and this is the second group, 0.74. And the guy that was shooting next to me, he's got a K31, and he said his K31 doesn't shoot like that. So that was, and again with a really crap rest, 0.74 at 50. This is at 50 metres, 55 yards. Everything that I shot was at 55 yards, 50 metres. That's fantastic. That really is. That is just outstanding. There we go. That, yeah, you can't say much about that. And I didn't think the groups were going to be that small, but this thing is a laser. They say that these things are accurate. I've even considered getting the infantry rifle, which is the full-length barrel, and they're even more accurate. Actually, this top guard does have a crack in it. They're even more accurate because the sight radius is much longer and a longer barrel. But yeah, I don't know, maybe somewhere down the track I might get that. I still like to get the K31. Yeah. But anyway, so I really wanted to report on the testing of the Center X and the Eley Match out of the Browning T-Bolt. The Center X, it got okay, but started off pretty crap. But the Eley Match was just superb, straight up. So I can't wait to get that CZ MTR and test that ammo through that, because yeah, that's supposed to be a laser. And not very expensive at all, you know. I mean, this thing was the same price as the MTR, no joke. And this is not a, you know, it's got a heavy barrel on it, sort of. Yeah, it's not a full varmint bull barrel, and it says it's got a semi-matched chamber, so you can shoot target, and yeah, it's accurate enough. But that MTR, yeah, I really can't wait to get it. And if I really don't like that stock, I don't know what I'll do. No, I can't use that. I might get another stock. So this is what I forgot to take with me. I forgot to take the shooting rest. And what I used was just totally half-assed, and yeah, I could see the center dot, you know, yeah, moving around, hovering around all over the place. So that was, yeah, really screwed up there. What else have I got to report? Yeah, if you're thinking about getting one of these, get it. Yeah, they are clunky, but so accurate. As far as military rifles are concerned, yeah, I think you're going to be hard pressed coming close to it with anything else, especially the infantry rifle, which has got, I don't know, 32-inch barrel or something, 33-inch. So I'm seriously considering that, but later on down the track when I work more and get some more money. So that's all I've got to report, and you will see I will put up the numbers for the weights when I weighed the ammo to the 22 long rifle ammo, so you can see, you know, what a big difference there is between Eley Match and Center X. So until then, see you later.